James Thomas Morning Blend. We've got Janelle here. We got Tony. We got movies this weekend. We're going to let Tony take it away. First of all, tell us and describe The Last of the Sea Woman. What's it all about?
All right, so we're starting off with a documentary today. It's a wondrous inspirational documentary about the Juju Hanos. For those that don't know, they are going underwater and kind of getting the food that we like to eat with our sushi, essentially, and the threats they face, not just from the dwindling population of their kind, but also Japan began dumping nuclear waste seawater or wastewater into the ocean and the effects that that's going to have on their environment as well.
I thought it was a great mix of showing how the younger generation, the two that are 30 and 37, how they're using social media to widen the audience and bring like eyes upon that job that we none of us knew about. I thought this had a lot of the
Tony, what would you give The Last of the Sea Women?
I'll give it 4 out of 5. I thought it was informative and also entertaining. A lot of gorgeous sea footage from them diving as well.
Janelle?
actually gave it a 5 out of 5. I thought that I couldn't really find any flaws with it. Like I said, it highlighted just enough of the issues that are going on.
God, it's just amazing that these women are able to dive like that. And I know Janelle is so happy that they took over from the men. That is so great. Tony, tell us about Saturday night.
All right, for those that don't know, 50th anniversary, Saturday Night Live premiered in 1975, and this is a kind of a not a documentary, but also more of a retelling of the 90 minutes of chaos that took place behind the scenes. And man, it is a chaotic.
Janelle?
Yeah, I have to agree. It was pretty frenetic. I mean, it was just very, very from the get-go. Like when the clock starts ticking, you actually kind of feel like your heart racing along in that 90 minutes, wondering how are they going to get this all done?
Tony, what would you give it?
It's a 4 out of 5 for me. I had a lot of fun with this. Like Janelle said, frenetically paced, 100%. Thought it was hilarious. Jason Ryman did a great job here with the script and the directing.
I mean, Janelle?
I'd agree. I think a 4 out of 5 is great. Yeah, it's like I said, I think the cast is really what makes it. I think if you hadn't nailed those characters, especially those people who we knew, some of us, our generation, knew so well from SNL.
I also give it 4 out of 5, maybe 4.5 out of 5s. So, what's next on the list, Tony?
Well, we're going to round out the week with probably the most controversial one yet. The Apprentice.
Oh, The Apprentice. Go ahead, Tony.
It's a fascinating deep dive into the rise and beginning of Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with this presidency. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about his rise in the business world and how he became who he was and the instrumental importance of Roy Cohn in that process.
Did you get a chance to see it, Janelle?
I did.
Let's talk about it. What do you think?
I do agree with Tony that it's going to be controversial, but I don't think for the reasons that people are going to assume. I think you're going to have some people that are going to think it humanized him too much. I think you're going to have some people that think it made him look too callous. I mean, it's nobody's going to agree, which probably makes it a great movie, but I think people really need to go watch it simply for Sebastian Stan's portrayal of him.
So, Janelle, what would you give it?
I'd actually give it about a 4 out of 5, and I think it because of Sebastian Stan's port. I think it was again, if you can just forget everything that's going on now around you and just appreciate the movie and how it's made. Again, it deals with him in the 80s, the rise of him into who he's become, and just his mentality, how it changed. You watch it change throughout those years. I really think I think it's a good movie. But like I said, I think it's going to be controversial, but not for the reasons people are going to assume.
Tony?
All right, so I'm going to go 3.5 out of 5 on this one. It's polarizing, it's provocative. Talked about its controversy. It takes some liberties. We don't know exactly how much is factual and it's not. It does claim to not be 100% factual, which is obviously vitally important here.
What would you rate it, Tony?
3.5 out of 5 for me. Janelle's 4. I'm between a 4 and a 3.5. I'm going to lean towards 3.5 on this one. How about you?
I'm going to go 3.5 out of 5 too. Definitely. Well, that's it for the weekend, isn't it?
That's it. That's all we got.
That's all we got. Thank you for watching. Watch us next week. Subscribe to us on YouTube and subscribe to us on X. Thank you for watching.